Good morning. So nice to begin the day with you here on 3+U. If you are a parent or a grandparent watching and your kids are still school age, no doubt you are looking ahead to summer and thinking to yourself, how am I going to fill it with them to have fun memories? So on the show today, for the next 30 minutes or so, we are going to help you because we're taking you to camp in a way this morning, and we're kicking things off with Camp Woodmont up on Lookout Mountain. We've had a chance to go before and kind of roam through their woods, but this morning we are taking you, happily for us, because Allison Gondek and Chloe Hinchcliffe are here to say go ahead and start registering for fun times for your kids. Good to see you.
Hey, thank you.
Did I get it right? Are y'all on Lookout?
We are,
yeah.
On Lookout Mountain.
Okay.
Yep.
The reason I paused for a minute when I said that, you're kind of tucked into this little oasis and you're not far. I think that's one of the advantages of Camp Woodmont, Allison, is that your kids are going to feel like they're far away,
right,
but they're not.
We're pretty secluded. We're pretty remote. We are off the beaten path, so it's a very safe area.
Yes, but you're easily accessible.
Correct.
You know, for parents who are thinking, gee, what if my child should need me or something, you're not far.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got this long history, though, of doing summer camp.
Yes.
To excellence.
Yes, thank you.
What sets y'all apart, do you think?
I think it's because we are a family camp. My mom and dad started the camp over 40 years ago, and now I've stepped into their shoes, and we've just kept everything going, the traditions going, and the legacy.
It's a chance for kids. It's an overnight camp, obviously. You have 1 and 2 week sessions. Chloe, I'm going to bring you in because I know you're one of the art teachers there, right? But it's a chance for children to get away and have something that is truly just theirs. You're nodding your head.
Yeah, it's awesome because it's a giant sleepover with a bunch of strangers that become their best friends, and they get to hang out for a week to 2 weeks, and it just kind of becomes their own little home away from home.
Children learn a lot about themselves when they are at camp. They learn how to get along with other people. They learn how to not make judgments, right?
Right.
They learn how to kind of dig in. My oldest brother has this phrase of, I can because I did. So kids come into camp maybe not sure of themselves, and they probably leave feeling pretty empowered.
Right, we see kids that just grow. I mean, they just come out of their shells, and we tell their parents when they pick them up, go, your kid was great, and they got on the stage and they sang a song, and they're like, he did? And we're like, yes, and they can't believe it. Or, they learn responsibilities and teamwork because we have cabin cleanup, so they learn, how to work together. And I had another parent that said, I can't believe my child knows how to sweep.
Will they do that when they get home? That becomes the question. Okay, so you're what ages of campers?
6 to 15.
6 to 15.
We just extended it to 15 recently.
So you're also, you mentioned it's kind of like the old family camp. You're off the beaten path. That means there are no cell phones.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
That might get parents signing up very quickly just to let their kids have a chance to experience that. But what all do you do? So arts and crafts you do.
Yeah, so we have an arts and crafts program. We have a 30-foot tall climbing wall with a high ropes course and a zip line. We have an archery range. We have a small lake where they can paddleboard, kayak, canoe. We have a swimming pool, and then we have all sorts of sports classes like basketball, World Cup, soccer, volleyball.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes we like to throw in some cheer and dance classes. And every once in a while we get a little crazy with swing dance classes and Jedi classes and trash can band and music classes.
And you have horseback riding.
Yes.
That's something that you sign up for additionally, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the acreage there is expansive, Allison. I mean, your kids are walking a lot.
They are, but it's still conveniently, I guess, spaced out because all of the main buildings are right in this one area, so it's not too far to walk to other areas. Most of our acreage is hardwoods.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we've got 170 acres, but like I said, everything is right kind of in one spot unless you're walking to archery range.
So you were asking about my older daughter when you came in. She got married last year, and her now husband, they met as camp counselors at the camp that they both grew up going to. And to this day, Emily and David will talk about some food that they made over the campfire at camp. So even mealtime is memorable for these kids.
It is. Mealtime is an activity. I mean, we have so much fun at mealtime. We have singing, dancing,
Cabin calling, games.
Obviously food.
Right.
But it is a literal activity.
For parents who feel like their kids are kind of aging quickly, we live in a world now where kids don't seem to be able to just be kids. They get that at summer camp.
Yeah, they do, because they're away from cell phones, and no one has a cell phone. So they're on a level playing field, and it's not like somebody's able to be texting or no one has a cell phone, and parents appreciate that, and they want that for their kids.
Parents do know their child, and so some kids are ready for that experience. Some parents know that they want it, but their kids might not quite be ready. So y'all kind of tailor that first week of camp to be the springboard for those kids. It's a smaller
It is, right. It's a smaller week. It starts May 26th. It's going to have fewer enrollment, less children. Of course, the same activities and everything, but if you are a first-time camper and you're looking for like really, really small environment, so they don't feel overwhelmed with hundreds and hundreds of campers.
That makes a lot of sense to me. What if you want to go to camp with a friend?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you recommend having the friends stay in the same cabin, or do you like to split them up?
I think a lot of parents want their kids to have a friend in the same cabin, but on the other hand, it's nice to split them up, because in that way they get to know other children and they're not kind of glued to that person.
Right.
And they kind of come out of their shell a little bit more.
So, I mean, I know the month of February is when all these parents are ready to go, but y'all been ready to go. So registration has not just opened, right?
No, we opened in October.
Okay, so people better act quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, we have 1 week that's already full of horseback riders. We
Oh,
can't
wow.
take any more riders. I forget what week it is, but
Session C, June 16th and 21st.
Listen to that brain. She's got it all up there. So here's where you'll find them. Go on their website, which is just simply campwoodmont.com. It's a family-owned and operated and run camp, has been for all these years. So you'll come in and be part of that family. I've had a chance to walk those grounds myself. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Your kids are not going to be far from you, but they're going to feel like they're a world away, and they'll come home telling you stories that will just keep you happy for a long time.
yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Arby's just learned starboard means right. And if loving